What's up, Barbie family? Welcome back to my channel. So today for you guys, I have a bunch of hula hoop DIYs and hacks. You have to let me know if you want to see another video like this, because I do have another hula hoop idea that I never got around to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm so close to hitting 1 million subscribers. I would love to do that, so subscribe if you enjoy content like this. With that being said, let's begin.
Right now, a whole lot of stores are going to start carrying hula hoops, including Dollar Tree and Five Below. You're going to want to pick up a few hula hoops for this. I spray painted both the back and front of my hula hoops with Rust-Oleum spray paint in either their gold metallic finish or their copper metallic finish. I would have showed myself doing this, but I lost the SD card where I filmed that footage.
For our first project, we're going to be making some jumbo wreaths. These are perfect for home decor or even a wedding. For your wreaths, you're going to want to pick up some greenery. So I picked up some eucalyptus, and this is called green bush. So what you want to do is you want to take some wire cutters and remove these stems off of the main bunch of floral that you get. So this is the hack I want to share with you guys. Instead of gluing these pieces on, you're going to use zip ties. It makes this so much easier, and the greenery actually holds. When you use hot glue, especially when you're using bigger bundles of floral like this, it becomes really messy. It's easy to knock these all over. If you layer it, it's even easier to knock it all over because the weight is all on one side. So using these zip ties, it really sticks it in place so that you don't have to worry about it falling off on you.
You're obviously going to want to add some flowers to your greenery. I'm using a mixture of some Dollar Tree roses. Those are the pinker ones that you see, and then some roses I got from Michael's, and those are the white ones that you see. It's just so easy to take a hula hoop and make a beautiful wreath out of it. You can also add a smaller wreath form and make it kind of just a double wreath that looks gorgeous. We're going to take this concept and bring it up a notch for my favorite DIY in this video. This time around, you're going to take your hula hoop and you are going to cut it down the middle. There's going to be something in the hula hoop that you might want to dump out, whether it be pebbles or, in my case, these small little sprinkle like things. Now I'm going to be using this styrofoam cube that I got from Dollar Tree, as well as this wooden plaque from Dollar Tree. I'll be gluing my styrofoam to the wood plaque using hot glue, and I make sure I use a good amount so this doesn't go anywhere. Once I have that set in place, I go ahead and take my hula hoop and I start to push it through the styrofoam. Once I have a hole that goes through the styrofoam, I add some hot glue to secure the hula hoop in place so that it doesn't go anywhere. Now for the fun part, you're going to take some floral pieces, some greenery pieces, and start sticking it through your styrofoam. Now if you are going to be using real floral pieces and you need this to last for an event and you're going to make it before the event, you need to use wet floral foam. Not the dry floral foam that Dollar Tree carries, wet floral foam. Wet floral foam is going to keep a constant water source for your floral pieces. If you're making this for day of with real floral, go ahead and use whatever styrofoam you want to. Now I actually am adding real floral to this piece, and it's baby's breath. The stem of baby's breath is very delicate, so I had to make a hole using a bamboo stick to push these pieces through my styrofoam. The only real floral that I used was the baby's breath. Other than that, everything else is fake. I used a lot of different types of greenery that I mainly got at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. I'm going to bring up the greenery on one side of my hula hoop. I used some eucalyptus garland to do this that I got at Hobby Lobby. And of course, I'm using my zip ties to zip tie any of the floral pieces that I'm sticking on the side to the hula hoop. I'm going to be adding these fake roses that I purchased at Michael's. Now, I bought these things when they were like 75% off a long time ago. I actually used them in my wedding for my wedding arch that I had made beforehand. None of it was real. I just used a bunch of fake floral pieces I got from Hobby Lobby and Michael's. So I go ahead, I place some of that in the styrofoam, and then I attach some onto the hula hoop, again using my zip ties. This is a beautiful piece that is good for just decoration, but it is perfect for an event such as a baby shower, a wedding. It is gorgeous, and you can change it all to suit your type of decor. You guys, this piece, isn't it just gorgeous on its own? It's just such a beautiful statement piece. If you own a Cricut, and no, this is not sponsored by Cricut, you can really customize this using craft foam. You can use craft foam that you get pretty much at any place that carries crafting supplies to cut out something. So I cut out this piece that says love using the craft foam. it was 2 different pieces, so I had to glue the pieces to each other, and I just used my hot glue gun to do this. Now what you'll do is you'll create little holes in your piece and then put through some type of string that's a clear string. What I'm using is actually a rubber string that I got from who knows where, and I just put it through this piece and then I tie that to the top of my hula hoop. It's nice to have an extra set of hands on hand when you're tying this piece to your hula hoop. But you guys, oh my gosh, I love this project. This is my favorite one hands down, and you can customize this to be like a last name if you want to, or say Mr. and Miss if you have a Cricut. And if you don't, I know you can buy pieces like this on Etsy. It's so beautiful.
For our first project, you're going to need 2 hula hoops that are the same size. And I went ahead and I spray painted mine all gold using Rust-Oleum Gold Metallic Spray Paint. Next up, you're going to need some wood for this project. I picked up this 1x6 piece of wood from Home Depot, and you are going to cut 2 shelves out of this to go across your hula hoops. So we're going to cut a piece that is 22 inches, 20 inches, and 4 inches. The 4-inch piece is for the bottom of this so that it's not going to topple over on you. So we are going to screw the wood into the hula hoops, and to do this we're using 1-inch screws. So what we're going to do is we are going to get a drill bit and we are going to pre-drill a hole, because if you just take a screw and go straight into there, it's going to split the wood.
I highly recommend screwing your wood into place rather than gluing it into place, just because when it's a shelf that's glued onto hula hoops, it's really easy to knock it off. And if you spray paint it like I did, it's even easier to knock the shelf off because the glue is really attached to the spray paint versus the hula hoop itself. After we had the wood attached, I went ahead and sanded it down and then stained the wood. I used my Varathane stain in Early American. You can always stain the wood beforehand. I just did it after because I never really know what direction I'm going in when I'm doing something. I don't have a plan. I just kind of do it and figure it out as I go. This is such a fun project. Remember, if you do not have power tools, you don't need them for this project. It just makes it easier and quicker to do if you have the power tools. But this can all be done by hand. If you're looking to do this with the Dollar Tree wood, Dollar Tree does carry these wall shelves, and it comes with 1 piece of wood as well as some rope. So what you can do is you can take 2 hula hoops and place them together. You're going to have a wall shelf at the bottom of this. So you're going to place the wall shelf there, figure out how far apart you want your hula hoops to be. Then you are going to glue the hula hoops together using some hot glue. Once you have that done, you're going to take the piece of rope that comes with one of the wall shelves, and you are going to wrap it around the top of the 2 hula hoops. As you wrap, you want to add some hot glue to make sure that that rope doesn't go anywhere. I'm using 2 wall shelves for this project, so I go ahead and I assemble the other wall shelf that I have. When you are feeding the rope through the wood, I recommend taking a piece of tape and putting it on the end of the wood as you feed it through the holes, because if you try it without that, the rope frays real easily and it's hard to get it through those holes. So by adding the tape, you have a very fine point that you can use to get through those little holes. I then hang my shelf off of the hula hoop, and then I glue the bottom of my hula hoop to the piece of wall shelf that I have that I didn't hang. So I used the rope from that one at the top, and then I took the wood piece and I used it at the bottom. To glue it to the wood, I used a mixture of E6000 and then wood hot glue sticks. You can't use regular hot glue. You need wood hot glue sticks if you do this, because regular hot glue doesn't attach to wood correctly, especially wood that is just unfinished. I was leaning this on a lantern as I got it together, and now you can see it stands on its own. So that's how you can make a shelf type of thing using the Dollar Tree wood pieces. You can also convert this into a wreath as well, a hanging wreath. You can add some floral pieces to the bottom. That's what I did. Of course, I used zip ties to attach them down there, and then I added a bunny, so it was just like a swinging bunny. You can also add a smaller little wreath form like I did with the wreath in the beginning and make this just a wreath without the swinging bunny.
This DIY is an easy, beautiful one to do. Again, you're gonna get your hula hoop. Now the other thing you're gonna need for this project is some rope or yarn. I'm gonna be using this braided rope that I got from Hobby Lobby. Half off, it was $5, and there's 15 feet inside of each pack. literally all you're gonna do is take your rope, glue it down to the hula hoop, and then just cut pieces. You can also like wrap it around if you want to. That's completely up to you. But essentially that's all we're gonna do, and you can go in like different patterns and designs with this. Obviously I think I'm gonna go like in an angle with some pieces, and then an angle with some other pieces, straight with some pieces. We'll see what happens. So I'm working pretty slowly on this. The reason being is every single piece of rope that I'm gluing down, I'm trying my best to hold it nice and taut. That way it doesn't sag too much. That doesn't mean I'm getting every piece perfect, but I'm trying my best to get every piece perfect.
I have to say this, if you do something similar, do not spray paint the back of what's going to be your wall art. Do not spray paint the back of it. Do not paint the back of it, because when you glue the rope down, it's not attaching to the hula hoop directly. It's attaching to the spray paint. So in my case, I accidentally hit one piece of rope and it came off with the spray paint real easily. Had I just glued this directly to the hula hoop, that wouldn't have happened. So do not spray paint the back where you're gonna glue down your pieces of rope. And that's how you make some really easy wall art. You're just gluing rope to the hula hoop. I decided to make another one, which was a little bit more time consuming, and that's because I was using some cord. The cord is called Bonnie cord. I got it from Hobby Lobby, and instead I was wrapping pieces around the hula hoop and then gluing longer pieces across the hula hoop. And again, I hold the pieces of cord taut so that I could try to get it as straight as I can, because if I didn't do that, the rope or cord would sag, and so I didn't want a lot of sagging. It happens, especially if you're doing it the way that I did it. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen to the same extent if you don't hold that rope nice and tight. Looking at this, you would think you just wrap the cord around the hula hoop without cutting these pieces that you're gluing down individually. No, that's not how it works. If you wrap it that way, then you're going to end up with the cord on the front and the back of your hula hoop, and you're not going to get that cool look to it. It's a little bit more time consuming, like I said, and by a little bit, I mean a lot more time consuming, but I do like the way that this looks a lot better. I realized the fastest way to do this one is to cut long pieces of your cord and glue down multiple ones at once instead of one at a time. You're just going to glue on multiple ones at once and just hold them nice and tight till it dries, and then cut off any excess cord. This one is so pretty in my opinion, and it cost me under $10 to make, and I had a lot of cord left over for other projects. So that is it for these hula hoop DIYs. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your favorite down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.